things. I don't mean to be offensive, but like Thomas Hendricks is a great player, and I wanted to try this build. It's got in the extra 2 slot, it's running these servant conduits over what is commonly like the resilient Kinra slot or like the foreign lieutenant slot. And I really just wanted to try and see how much they helped. Not necessarily in all the game ones, but I believe there's quite a few games that I might be sideboarding out Llanowar Elves in certain matches. And I think like Servant's probably a card I can keep and probably a card that's important. And I think casting in this format versus the non-red decks, that casting Vine Marrow on 3 is dang near unbeatable. But I don't know how true that is, and we'll find out. Hello, Dosha. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong yet again because I have the memory of a goldfish. This is the deck. Maybe not this 75, but this is the archetype that I am planning on playing for my dual lands this weekend. I don't want to keep this. So I'm going to keep this mainly because of the scry. I think this hand's still better than that other hand. That's unfortunate. This hand is not great versus red decks. Just gonna play this, I think. Could have like played the Wooded Cemetery and got 2 counters on this next turn, but there's a chance that we draw a forest and get this out either way. And even if we don't draw a forest, we can always just play it the first time. Yep, they've got the 1-2 draw. If they've got the part 3 with it, we have very little chance. I constantly lose to the red decks, yet this deck is supposed to be good versus the red decks, and I don't quite understand. Like, my games versus red aren't particularly close. We did mulligan into a hand that doesn't really function, but, like, does most of our functioning hands beat this? Like, it feels like only our turn 1 Llanowar Elves are favored versus what our opponent's doing, assuming he has more than just these 2 cards. Like, that's making the assumption that he has a 3 and a 4. It feels like no draw that we had could have mattered. This is specifically annoying when just have to wait here. Tilt. Just take your turn, man. We're playing Magic. I can't stand slow opponents. Like, cannot stand slow opponents. And they've got the Black Splash. That's even worse for us. And in a braid. Hey, JJ. Welcome, my friend, to my second 12-month sub. Hype. Alright, well. Still have no idea how we can ever win this game. No idea at all. And like I said, I just don't feel like anything that we would have drawn would have mattered if we didn't have turn one Llanowar Elf versus that draw. What a follow-up. Alright, we're just done here. Okay, well, we're going to want these. Think we're going to want these. Actually think I want these. I think I basically want everything that's got 4 toughness. I think we can get rid of those. Actually don't like these cards in this type of match. That may be a bit incredulous. I think that's a word. This card is not really great here either, is it? Yeah, this is what I'm going to try. Sonic food? I don't think I've ever eaten Sonic in my life. There is definitely no Sonic anywhere close to me. I was supposed to leave the Heart of Kirin's. It is kind of a hard threat for them to answer. But I definitely want to take out the Scrap Heap Scroungers, so it's like harder to crew, especially since like we have servants. Maybe I'm supposed to take out Llanowar Elf as well. Like, one Llanowar Elf is such a bad draw in the late games. It's such a good draw in the early game, though, that like it feels like it's powerful enough to have. Could just be I'm supposed to take out the 7 mana producers. Might try to take out the mana producers on the draw. Pretty confident I'm going to leave them on the play, though. Guess I'm going to play this one. That one gives us 2 energy, so unless they kill it next turn, we can play the Thrashing Brontodon and a Rampager. I've never even heard of Brahms. Like that's news to me. I have never heard of that. Well, we've had a good draw. Probably need to draw Blossoming Defense at some point. Our Blossoming Defense isn't particularly good now. So we're at 7. They have 5 cards in their hand still. I guess I save it. I don't really have anything else going on. Feels like it's worth saving then. We didn't draw Still Leaf Stompy out of our game. Or Still Leaf Champion. That's kind of important. They drew more removal than we have spells. Or creatures. I don't even want to play that because they just have Glorybringer, it dies. Just wait till we get a land before we play it. Well, we're up to 9 now for the Galta. Hey, Parliament. Did you get your car fixed? That card is not remotely playable. Guess you can have a Phoenix. We'll just lose the game if we give them Hour of Glory. So now we're at 10. AKA not close. And since they still have 4 cards in their hand and they're not playing lands, they're going to have a Murder Boat or an Hour of Glory or whatever it takes to kill this even when we do play it. That sucks, man. Hope it gets fixed pretty quickly. This game's just over. We like legitimately just don't have an out. Can kill Karn at least. Maybe they'll Hour of Glory this. I don't know. We don't have an out. Not with them getting the Phoenix back. Yeah, well, we're jumping immediately into another round. They tell me I'm supposed to beat that deck. I never come close to beating that deck. The only time I ever beat that deck is when I have a turn 1 Llanowar Elf into a Still Leaf Champion and they don't have anything. Anyway, we'll have to hit lands, but we'll keep. We've just flooded out immensely the last 2 games, so the odds of us having a land this game probably is not going to be high. This is another match that we're supposed to dominate. Like, this is supposed to be Storm's like worst match or whatever. We'll have to see if we hit the land. And that if they don't have the Metallic Rebuke, which none of them are maxing out on force, so. But I am the master of losing good matches. Surprisingly win a lot of bad matches, though. MTG Arena is a joke. Like, it's not even Magic, it's so bad. It's basically not playing Magic. Like, it's incredibly soft. most people don't have real decks, and the few people, or like half the people who do, don't know how to play them. Just different websites and like Twitters, professionals, articles, things like that. It's just what the people in the know say. Well, we didn't hit our extra land. Which means if they have Baral's expertise, the game is over. So let's make the more proactive play and just try to put a bunch of things on the table. That doesn't bother us too much. Still leave champion, doesn't care about that guy. They didn't really do anything. They just set themselves up for later turns. Blossoming Defense would be the ideal card right now. It'd come close to sealing the game. That's a Blossoming Defense, by the way. It comes very close to sealing the game. They need like a Baral's Expertise and a Metallic Rebuke now. If they have both of those cards, they're probably not likely to go off. So basically they need a paradoxical outcome and they need to hit well with it. So they have the outcome or they wouldn't be tapping the Mox Amber. Oh. Well, we don't care about that card. That card doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything by itself. Still gets to cast like 3 things this turn. At minimum, if he has an outcome. And then probably gets to replay something with the Mox Amber. So he might get to play 4 things. It could be enough to win. We'll have to see. We had a good draw. They just drew what appears to be the nuts. Like, it's so hard for me to believe that Stormlock is a particularly good deck when it can't win without Inspiring Sanctuary. Yeah, well, we just lost then. We don't have any chance to win now. We don't even have enough mana to draw Thrashing Brontodon and get out of this. It's kind of a tilt. I'm just gonna go ahead and scoop, not waste anybody's time. So this destroys artifacts, right? Yep. This destroys artifacts. This destroys artifacts. And these destroy Psi. I don't know if I want all of that. Could be. This is typically how I draw, so. I don't think we need all of these. Might not need any of them. Is that ground attackers aren't great either? Hand's good. We have this into this. We even have this thing. We use conduit that kind of does nothing though. So we can just jam Bindmare next turn if we want. He gets jumped by Psi a bunch. And we'll probably just play this one then. Can't imagine they kept this hand without Psi, so. JK, I changed my mind. I want to play this one. Don't think you'll have 2-0 casting cost artifacts. And even if they do, trading turn 3 again, we don't have any of our 4 artifact removal. Makes these games really hard to win. Sorry, we don't have any of our 7 artifact removal. I don't know why I said 4. We have 7. It basically takes the turn 3 Sanctuary, though. Oh. Could be worth it to attack this, but I'm not going to. Just gonna attack his face. We'll trade one of these, that's fine. Opponent probably has Paradoxical and they're taking forever for some reason. I guess they don't. Their plays make me much confused then. Sure. Alright. We've done nothing we care about yet. Alright. They brought in the Karn when I don't think the Karn really works versus us, so that was like kind of odd. Like, it's a fine card, but I don't really think it stalls a great deal. Just gonna resubmit. Another one land hand. Kind of unfortunate. It's like the third one we've had so far in this little game. Go ahead and get that out of here. Yeah, well, another non-functioning hand. We just scribed that to the bottom. Thank you, MTGO. You can do it, deck. One time. Nope. No time. No time. That's what we got. Is this sad that I'm willing to try to kill that? Don't have anything else going on. This Llanowar Elf beat down a clock. Could have waited for it next turn and like doubled it up with a Nature's Way or something and killed a Psy, but I don't think he has a Psy in his hand if he's playing an Ornithopter on one. This feels like a game where he just has like a bunch of Metallic Rebukes or bounce spells. Or like maybe he's just got like double Reservoir or something. We can cast Galta this turn. Yeah. It's not too surprising. Like I said, kind of feels like a game where he just has a bunch of Rebukes and bounce spells. So like our draw doesn't even line. So not only do we have a bad draw, like it specifically lines up terrible versus his draw. Like we needed him to have some artifacts and do some stuff for this draw to be relevant. Land? That's not a land. And we miss our land when it's very important. those are the best ones to miss. The super important ones. They're not just important ones, but like the, if I hit this land, I probably win. If I miss this land, I probably lose lands. Those are always the important ones. Is it more important to kill this or more important to kill this? We might not be able to kill either is the sad part of this. Like, he could just have a paradoxical outcome and protect whichever one we try to kill. Guess I'm going to kill this one. Or attempt to. Again, I think it's pretty likely that they just have an outcome here. Their hands played out in a manner that makes me think like these two spells obviously have to be relevant. The only relevant spells are Rebuke and Outcome. Hopefully it's just Rebuke. But Rebuke and Outcome are equally as good versus this, so... like, technically Rebuke's even better. Pausing for a while, decide whether it's worth drawing to. It's like pretty easy that it's worth drawing to if you have it. Wee. Blows my mind that they tanked on that. How do you tank on that? Like, that is clearly a snap play. Wow. I'm actually tilted that they tanked. Feels to me like just slow rolling. Because, like, you want to commit in your graveyard anyway. Like, you actively want to cast it. Our opponent had to think about making this play. Mind blown. Like our redraw wasn't any better than our front draw. We just drew 7 cards and none of them really matter. Feel like tanks on another paradoxical or another memory, I'm gonna be frustrated. Sorry, another commit. Alright, at least he's not tanking this time. He's just making the obvious play. How do we still not have a real creature in our hand? And had enough. That was a quick 0-2. Alright, reasonable draws, please. Like, I don't even want god draws. I just want reasonable draws. Yeah, the memory's really nice. Could just slam Divine Mare here, but instead we can leave the Still Leaf Champion up with protection. And this game is over. We nut drew this opponent. It's a pretty good match for us either way. I guess I could have main deck sweepers. So I shouldn't say it's over. But short of a main deck sweeper, we can't lose this game. They probably need to, even if they do have it. Alright. So, bring these in versus all the Scarab God things. I guess I want these versus the mini removal things. And I don't feel like I want Planeswalkers versus Grixis Energy. Doesn't feel to me like Planeswalkers do much. Doesn't feel to me like this card does much either. Huh. Try one Nature's Way, though I don't think Nature's Way is very good in this match. I played one green-black Sapperling token like early in the season and didn't have much success with it. It felt like the 2-drops that it had to play were like fairly weak. I liked the majority of what that deck did when we played it. It's just the 2-drops felt like they didn't really do anything. If they have a counter spell in their hand, joke's on them. We don't have a spell anyway. I think red-black mid-range is the best standard deck by a lot. Or red-black aggro, whatever you want to call it. I think it's more mid-range than aggro, but it can get aggressive draws. I think the black-green Stompy decks are probably the second best deck. And I feel like there's a pretty large divide. Like, I feel like first and second are pretty far from each other. The third through fifth place decks, I lump, like, there's, like, the blue-black Nicobolus decks, the Grixis energy decks, or, like, mid-range decks, and the Storm decks, and, like, all of those last three decks could end up being the best deck after they get tuned more. They're just not there yet. That's cool. I don't think Mono Red's very good at all. Like, I think Mono Red's a pretty bad Magic deck. I don't think it beats the blue-black control decks. I don't think it consistently beats the red-black decks. I think they're it's pretty close match. And I don't think it beats the Stompy decks. That was a hell of a mill with his Liliana, by the way. So I just don't think it beats any of the top decks. I'm undefeated with it versus Storm, too. Like, I feel like it's probably a favorite versus Storm, and I just ran well, but, like, the fact that I'm undefeated versus it with Storm says something. Like, if it can't beat a deck like Storm, seems pretty bad. But yeah, I think the last three decks I mentioned are all, like, really, really good decks, and, like, if they ever get tuned right, any one of them could potentially be the best deck. I think there's a pretty big divide between number 1 and 2. I don't think there's that big of a divide between, like, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Bad. What do you think of... What 6-drop are you playing on turn 6 to untap with? I think that's the first question. Or that's my first question. Like, I think every control deck skill condition should just be Teferi. Well, that was my most favorite to play in just standard. Huh. Yeah, I don't think the control deck should be playing Teferi. Or Torrential Gearhulks. I think they should just play Teferi. Huh. My favorite standard. My favorite was probably... My favorite was probably just a little after Approach came on the scene. Could be Jeskai Black Season, though. Like, I think Angel's probably better than Torrential Gearhulk, but I think Torrential Gearhulk's a bad Magic card. The big thing I think about control decks, I think for your control deck to be good, you need to blank as many of your opponent's spells as possible. And when you start putting creatures in your deck, you're starting to make your opponent's spells gain value. And I don't want to give my opponent's spells value. Yeah, I've came close to timing out a couple of times with Teferi, so I can totally understand that. One-time Blossoming Defense, baby. Not a Blossoming Defense. Is a really the hell good card, though. But yeah, I can definitely understand that. Oh, back-to-back really the hell good cards. No counterspell one time, homie. Oh, that feels so good. I've not played it. I've not played it since Chain Whirler's been printed, but I think Chain Whirler basically shut that deck down. That deck was the deck I was playing before Dominaria came out. I won a PPTQ and everything with it. I thought the deck was fantastic. But, like, it is so bad versus Goblin Chain Whirler. And as we've stated, I consider Goblin Chain Whirler the best deck in the format, so... What are they going to play that matters? That doesn't matter. We can force them to block there, so... I guess I have to chump block no matter what. I would rather exile this, though. Yeah, it gets back all that stuff, but all that stuff just feels win more. You just like have another settle in your deck. They don't play 4 settles anyway. I've always felt like Torrential Gearhulk is a card that is good. It does things, but I consider it a crutch. Like, I don't know if you guys remember back when Cobblade was out, and now that I think about Cobblade, JJ, Cobblade was 100% my favorite format. But when Cobblade was legal, there was like this big shift throughout when it was built. Like, to begin with, they had Day of Judgments and Gideons and all of this stuff, but like they slowly cut all of those spells as they realized that yes, those spells were good, and those spells did things, but none of those spells were ever needed to actually win. They were like considered win more cards. And I think Torrential Gearhulk falls into that same category. Like, sure, you get to blow people out sometimes. Sure, sometimes you just slam a 5/5 and beat the crap out of somebody with something. Sometimes the 2-for-1s matters. Like, all of this stuff matters, but like, I don't think you actually need it to win games. I think you can just win games without it. So, like, when I'm playing a control deck, I like to try to get the win conditions as narrow as possible. And I don't want anything that I feel like I can win without. I want whatever card I'm playing to have, like, a unique effect that no other card in my deck does. Like, if I was playing a Esper control deck or whatever, and all of my removal spells, Fatal Pushes, Verascus, Contempts, and stuff like that, my spot removal spells, that makes Torrential Gearhulk go up in value. But, like, you can't buy back a Seal Away, you can't buy back a Cast Out. So, like, you have to have your draws line up well. Squadron Hawk was the name of the card, actually. It was the name of the deck. I think we'll keep that. But that's just my, like, actually just put that on the bottom. That's just my humble opinion. It doesn't mean I'm right. Mirror. We have one of the good cards in the mirror, so that's nice. We have 2 of the good cards in the mirror. It might not be the mirror, too. It is not the mirror. Our hand gets considerably worse if it's not the mirror. I mean, I'm not saying I'm right. Like, I'm obviously not a very good Magic player. I'm just explaining my thought process, and I can very easily be wrong. Squadron Hawk was a 1/1 flying bird for 2 mana. Whenever you cast it, search your library and put as many Squadron Hawks in your library into your hand. This was the same format that Stoneforge Mystic, Jace the Mind Sculptor, and Batterskull were all legal. But before Batterskull got printed, you had the swords. I mean, it depends on what creatures they have to go with it. They can never kill Ronus, and they can never kill Vinemare, so like we can potentially attack through it. And we do have Thrashing Brontodons in our main deck, so we can draw an answer to it. But yeah, I agree with you. This is probably the Sarkhan's Unsealing deck, and we're probably not a favorite. That's kind of an interesting card, like, to play there. I guess that means next turn that they really want to use that mana for something. Or they think they can protect it next turn, one of the two. I think I played okay today. That's a Glorybringer. And a Voltexic Brawler. Makes it hard to protect it. We probably get to eat both of these this turn, which is kind of nice. Oh wow, so we get this for kind of 3, I guess. That's frustrating. We didn't draw a land in that many draw steps. What do we do now then? It's like a lot of draw steps to not draw a land. Can't really stay on defense very well here either. We certainly don't win any races without blocking, so I guess we're going to try to do some blocking. I've saw some Grixis decks do that, and it seemed okay, but I would definitely want it for both. Kind of hoping they get blown out here somehow. Feel like they're going to have a second Glorybringer, though. The way they're playing makes me feel like they have something kind of relevant. We're taking 8 this turn. Now we still don't have our land, damn it. Probably not winning without that land. But we're going to do our best. We have a bunch of blockers this turn. They can just like make the Glorybringer a 7 power, kill one of our things though. It's the same 3 lands we had in our opening hand. So that means we've not drawn a land for 5 draw steps. They've not acted like they had a removal spell though, so at least that's good for us. So this is probably just like attack for 7 with Glorybringer, if I'm guessing. Might even be an exert. Not an exert. Well, at least that's good for us. Um, Alright. Well, we're super far behind. I drew another Glorybringer. Tilt. Maybe we'll draw our last Heart of Karen. Well, this attack is wild. He's got to be double exerting then if he's making this attack. Double exert kills me. Unless I have blossoming defense, then double exert basically kills him. Considering they're winning this game 100%, this seems like extremely risky. Double kills them's probably a stretch. What would we do? We would crew here. We would blossoming defense this. We would eat this, eat this, eat this. Next turn, we'd be able to attack for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And like play a spell. Yeah. We're only dead on board if he doesn't play around blossoming defense. If he plays around blossoming defense, or if we have blossoming defense, he's basically dead. Feels like a really bad attack, but sure, whatever, we're dead. Feels like a horrible play by our opponent, because we couldn't really win the game unless he made that play and we had our spell. So it seems like he gave us a chance to win a game that we had no chance to win normally. I'm going to just assume that he has the Sarkhan's Unwielding. These don't seem great here. We'll try this card too. I still don't think this card's a good Magic card. But I guess we'll bring it in versus all the flyer decks and try to find out. I think our opponent's attack there was like pretty greedy, because I think the game was basically 100% over had he not did that. Hey, Grixis Mage MTG, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I guess a lot worse when there's not more things to produce energy. This hand is horrendous. Heart of the cards. If we draw a third land, it's not that bad. But we couldn't draw a fourth land last game when we started with 3, so I have no faith that we'll draw another land. No faith, that's what I've got. Hey, we did draw one. What craziness. I don't know whether it's better to kill that or just slam this. So we play this, and next turn we draw a land and we play that. We'll have 8, 9, 10. So we'll have 8, 9, 10, 11 is all we'll have. So we can't play this one either way. So we'll play this one then. I did not, JJ. They went up way too much, way too fast. I got 4 of the promo what do you call it? Got open house promos though. So I got 4 of the cool foil. Think I would trade this for his 2 things? Pretty happily. I have a cast down for a Glorybringer. We drew a land, so we would have been able to Galta. Sorry, no we wouldn't have. I'm stupid. Do you have a blossoming defense? No, you do not. Much good for us. Oh, that was a good draw. Guess we'd die if they have Karizev's expertise. They don't. I don't think they have an out. Okay. Wonder if this is good enough to play versus them. Looks like I don't really want this card anyway. I've not cast one yet, Freed. On paper, I think it looks terrible, except versus blue-white control, and I think that's too narrow for me to want it. In practice, I've not drawn one. I've sideboarded it in a few times, but I've well, I've drawn it, but I've never played it in a game. I'll rephrase. Elf Storm, baby. Or Elephant Storm. I like how I just called this thing an elf. Well, at least we've got double Hour of Glory. Maybe that'll do something. We really need to avoid Deshandra here. Guess I'm willing to trade. I think my double Hour's better than his spells on average. Chandra's like the only spell they can have that I think I care about. Should have Hour of Gloried that. Now if they have Blossoming defense, I'm just going to kick myself. I'm a big fan of both Nissa and Vraska. Like, Vivian, I don't think its +1's good enough to bring in by itself. And I don't think its kill flyers is good enough by itself. There's not a lot of decks that I want its +1 and its kill flyers versus. But yeah, I messed up very bad by not using Our Glory at his end step. Or main phase or whatever. My main phase. I'll spit her out. My main phase. We'll correct that play error this time. I don't read the lore, so I'm not actually sure. This feels to me like the Glorybringer, and it feels to me like we're not going to win versus the Glorybringer. We definitely have a lot bigger monsters in our deck than theirs. We just didn't draw any. I feel like you beat Blue-White Control anyway. Double Phoenix, double Glorybringer. We drew 0 of our things with... We drew like 0 of our good cards. When I say good cards, like we didn't get a Galta, we didn't get a Steel Leaf Champion, we didn't get a Ronus, we didn't get a Planeswalker. They have basically 8 good cards, and they drew 4 of them. Do I want to kill a Glorybringer, or do I want to save this more? I think I want to kill Glorybringer more. No removal spell one time? Feels good. Vivian one time? That's not a Vivian. It's one of our bad ones. Another bad one. These draws were kind of wild. And I think that's game. Don't think we have an out now. We block this, gain 5 life, we're still dead. Yeah, we don't have an out now. Unless they misplay. Well, that's frustrating. They ended up looking not like the Sarkhan deck, so I feel like a massive favorite when they're not the Sarkhan deck. Feel pretty bad versus the Sarkhan build. Hey, Mindless Funk, thank you for the follow. Anyway, we'll play this last round, and if we're close to winning, we'll concede. We might try the other build of his deck and see if we have any better luck with it. Definitely going to keep a turn 3 Vinemare. There's enough decks that turn 3 Vinemare just beats. JK, probably not a turn 3 Vinemare, and this isn't one of those decks that Vinemare just beats. That's unfortunate. There's like only one deck in the entire format that can both kill this and that this is bad versus. Like that combination of things. Like sure, there's a lot of decks that this isn't good versus, or there's a lot of decks that can kill the Llanowar Elf before we get any value out of it, but there's not a single deck that can do both. Other than the red decks. Looks like he got a poor draw though, so 5, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I apologize if you hear noise in the background. Something popped up. Alright, so no Murder Bolt when we win this game. Because they did not have one of their hands that punishes our draw. Nice. We got pretty lucky. Alright, so mono red. Or not mono red, sorry, red black. I think I want to try this package again. I don't know if it's good, but I keep trying it. I've not been bringing Vivians in. Been trying something like this. Feels like we might be a little thin on early interaction though. Like maybe we just have to play the Llanowar Elf. Like this card's really bad here too. I think the upside of the Llanowar Elf's just too good not to play. Sure, it gets swept up some. Yeah, I gotta cut the Vinemare. Doesn't attack for the 3/3 first striker either. Hold on, sorry, opponent. Alright, we'll tell our opponent not to concede if he doesn't read chat. Not my fault. I tried. I'm going to feel like scum, by the way, if we get to win here. Depends on what he plays, whether I bother to play this. I'd say there's a good chance I don't bother to play this either way. Yeah, I'm not playing it either way. Might not play it next turn either. I'm wild, you don't know. Oh, I guess we're definitely playing it next turn then, aren't we? I am still Leaf Champion. I was conspicuously played with 1 green mana up. He shocked my bloody face. I was conspicuously played with 1 green mana up. Oof. I think we're... Maybe he didn't like being called homie. Hey, he can like not being called homie all he wants. I'm trying to help him make money. Like, that's not that bad, right? Like, I'm trying to do him a favor. I don't have to do him a favor. I can just be like, nah. Nah, hey, nah, yo. So what's this do? First strike. What's this do? 2, so he can double block. I can't get anything from that. But I can just send Brother Bear across the table for the fun of it. Our opponent doesn't seem to want to cast spells on our stuffs. Oh no! Oh no, our opponent has played more land. What will we ever do when an opponent plays a land on you? God. I would like to draw my card. I would like to draw my card. I would like to try to save our friend. That felt good. Oh boy, that felt good. Yeah, they conceded. I can't help it. Literally told them not to. Well, boom. So we beat one red black. We lost to one red black. We also lost to Storm. And we lost to red green Sarkin. And we beat... I don't know what we beat. We beat something. What in the world did we beat? We beat Billy. Well, what were you playing, Billy? Oh. Yeah, Grixis. That's a bye. Well, I mean, in fairness, like, he might not even speak English, so... Like, people play Moto from all different countries. Some people don't open the chat. Like, maybe I should just concede those games, but, like, I really want to play them for the stream and stuff, but... Like, I'm kind of torn. Like, he cannot speak English, he cannot have the chat open, because, like, you have to admit, like, most of the gaming community's fairly toxic. Not everybody, but, like, I would say the majority are. Maybe that's a gross exaggeration, I'm not sure. But anyway, I'm too lazy to update deck lists, but we're going to play the other Still Leaf Stompy deck that I have for a league and see how it goes. As soon as we hit 0-3 in the second league, if we hit 0-3, we'll probably scoop, though. So this one's a little bit different. This one is, I think it's a Manuel Gershen's build. No, it's not a Manuel Gershen's build. Let me pop it up. It's Greg Kowalski's build. And it's got the Foreign Lieutenants in it, down to 3 Vine Mares, but basically the same deck. It's got a 4th land, or 24th land. When we get to the third loss, we'll actually concede this one since we've already played 5 rounds. Hopefully we'll get to play all 5 rounds and not worry about it, though. Yes, I should update the deck list. I am really lazy. I'll update one of the deck lists. A compromise. Compromise. I'll update one of the deck lists. My decks. What do we got? So it's this one. Set as deck. Yeah, whatever. I'll update both. I'm not that lazy. I'm pretty lazy. Can't believe that that I'm doing this. Alright, so... Wait. Nope. This is Stumpy number 2, right? Yeah, there we go. Stumpy number 2 in the house. I don't have one Foreign Lieutenant, one Ronus, and one Vivian in paper. Copy link to tweet. Add deck list. Follow, please. There you go. Professional streamer, folks. Updated everything. What are you going to do when the professional streamer runs wild on you? Alright, we're versus Storm. We have an aggressive draw. We'll have to see if it's good enough. I think I'm picking up the Foreign Lieutenant, though. So 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can't play around. Interesting. I almost just want to play this. I'm going to play this. We give up 1 point of damage. Hey, Fazawoo. Fazwaz? Fazwaz, thank you for the follow. Yeah, I assumed he had that, which is why we chose what we chose. In fairness, this card might actually be better versus them than Galta. They don't have an Inspiring Sanctuary yet, though, so like nothing they're doing matters till they do. Like, that's the only card that they play that matters. Baral's Expertise matters. It's the only card before 5 mana that they play that matters. I'll rephrase. You would have pumped and attacked. Possibly. It's a 2-turn clock. That makes more sense than what I did, to be honest. Like, it only loses to commit next turn. Yeah, that's a 2-turn clock that can't be rebuked. I guess it can be rebuked. They can just play blockers next turn, right? Alright, we can do both now. They can't rebuke this. Yeah, I think your line was better than mine. So we hit them for 9 and they're at 5, so even with this, they would die this turn. Yeah, your play is definitely better than mine. I don't think I care enough to save this. What's the chances they have the 3rd rebuke? Yeah, I'm gonna pay it. I doubt they have the 3rd rebuke. And even if they do have the 3rd rebuke, they'd be tapping their Ornithopter, so we'd be getting 5 damage in this turn. So we'd be able to hit them for 9 next turn anyway. Potentially, anyway. Like if we draw a land, rather. Alright, so we definitely want this. We definitely want this. We definitely want this. I don't know if we want these, but I'm going to try them again. I think we can dump the Blossoming Defenses. They've got a few bounce spells, but I don't think they have enough bounce spells for me to care about. Maybe that's just wrong. Maybe they do. Maybe I do want these. I actually like cutting all of those. Don't think this card's great here. I think Vinemare is an out. Vinemare feels kind of good to me in this spot. The Thorn Lieutenants probably go out because they don't attack through Glint, Nest Crane. Yeah, I probably should have took the Thorn Lieutenants out. Yeah, learning as we go. Learning as we go. Hey! Singe. What is up? I have a Thrashing Brontodon. Some builds play 3 and 4. Not every build plays 2. The build I like the most only plays 2, but I definitely see some builds that play 3 or 4. I think the build that I played on stream last had 3 or 4. I just don't want to play that right now. We'll just play 2/2 drops. And get Froggy. Put as much power on the table as we can. Yeah, I can't wait to start seeing Ravnica spoilers. I wasn't too hyped for M19. Like, there was some cool stuff to play with, but, like, the majority of it didn't feel sweet. Probably just going to attack with the world. Got the whole world in our hand. We just 2-3'd the last league. I think I 2-3'd the league that I posted this morning. And, I've not done, I've done pretty good on, I think I 6-3'd my last 2 arena streams as well, so. Actually haven't been running particularly well. Kind of like running code again. Well, this is bad. He's got his tools this game. I'm playing bad too, though. I can't seem to focus right now. I'm doing so much work when I'm not on stream that, like, is absolutely crushing me. And it makes it really hard for me to focus when I play Magic. Working. I got a grandparent that was in the hospital for a bunch of months. Now they're in a nursing home, so like I have a lot more responsibilities around my home. On top of that, I'm trying to start a small business. Kind of a joke of a business, to be honest, but I'm trying. Basically buying and selling Magic cards, nothing special, but like it's killing a ton of hours on top of everything else. Wow, they didn't have a paradoxical? Oh, I guess they didn't need to play one if they did yet. I'm actually kind of studying a lot too then while trying to like learn how to buy and sell properly. I've been looking through a lot of charts, and my good friend, the CEO of Sean Corp's been like kind of giving me lessons. Yeah, In a way it is, but then like my local gaming store is like kind of getting worse and worse and worse to the point to where like I don't want to go to it. And like when I'm not going to my local game store, it makes me, or when I'm not wanting to go to my local game store, it like kind of takes the bite out of Magic for me in a way. Like it makes me not want to deal. Like I'm a week behind on my IRL or my quote unquote responsibilities or whatever. And that's on me. But it's just because I've gotten so annoyed at my local store that like Magic in general kind of, I don't want to say disgusts me, but like going to that store disgusts me. Do not come to Eastern Kentucky if you like Magic. It is not worth, there's just no Magic here at all, basically. Because all the stores make bad decisions. Another one of our stores is going out of business. The 14th will be their last day, they said. So what are you targeting? Just targeting these two things? I think I go ahead and kill this, right? Before they have a chance to like bounce it with outcome or like play another spell and then outcome. There's a chance that I should have killed the Prophetic Prism instead. Not 100% sure. Still have a bunch of blockers. Actually, I have 4, so it makes attacking with the Brontodon hard now. No, Louisville's about the middle. Louisville and the Lexington area is like not a bad place to be. Like it's fine to play that way. I'm like 3 or 4 hours east of that. Basically the Virginia line. They actually don't have enough stock to be worth clearance sales, but I'm definitely going to try to buy their singles at like 50% of low. Don't know if it'll be successful, but going to attempt. It might have been worth attacking with the Scrounger there just to kill a Fopter. But if he needed to keep the Fopter, then he just blocks with Psi, so like attacking with the Scrounger doesn't do anything. Uh-oh, Team TCG player says we can lock in our pre-orders now for cool Commander stuffs. I almost want to use this on just this. Not going to, but I kind of want to. As long as he doesn't have a second Spiring Sanctuary, it shouldn't be too bad for us. They don't, which is nice. Can probably attack with all of this turn. If I didn't attack last turn, I probably can't attack this turn, can I? Should have tapped a Hashtap Oasis, but I like the idea of killing Thopters here. I don't think we lose this game if they get an Inspiring Sanctuary, so like every Thopter that dies is kind of a mana they're going to lose long term. I feel like that stuff matters. I am kind of just like throwing these two creatures away, but I honestly feel like killing the Thopters matters enough. Maybe it doesn't matter that much at all. Maybe I'm just like super wrong. These creatures also feel like they don't matter at all. Let's see what they've got. I don't think it's ever worth killing this here. Maybe it is, because it cuts them off of a land, but I don't know what they do with a land, so. Definitely would like to see your article. Give it a link. Would love to read it. Consider this is like my front runner for a tournament this weekend that I have some interest in winning. They have 5 points of power. A Blossoming Defense 100% wins because it locks up the commit out. Legit MTG. Hey, my friend Josh helps edit that site, I think. My buddy Josh helps with that site. So they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I mean, commit would suck, wouldn't it? Oh, I could have played around commit. I could have sacked this and then tried to figure stuff out later. Feels like I made a play error. Like, I probably punted this game. Yeah, I definitely feel like I punted this game. Well, I mean, I don't feel like I punted this game. I feel like I was going to lose anyway. But I think I played poorly. We can definitely go if I just played very poorly, but I don't think I can win at this point. Billy Mitchell's mono green aggro. Are you Billy Mitchell or is this somebody else's list? Tags Billy Mitchell. Does it not say your name? Yes, it says your name up top. Gotcha. Yeah, I guess we're killing this. Actually feels wrong, but I've already clicked OK. Killing 3 Fopters actually feels like it would have been better. It feels like it shuts them off more mana. Vivian, One Nature's Way, 2 Sky Sovereigns, the Carney T. I love Carney T. Thank you for the link. I'm just dead, ain't I? What do I need to draw to win now? Nothing. Have no out to that. Felt like we were doing so well. No problem. Appreciate the link. So this card seemed like it was kind of bad. Didn't really do anything. So I'm going to try these fly artifact thingies. This hand's good enough, but it's not good. Like, this hand's like actively bad. I don't think you can mulligan it though. This might be the second time we've lost the Storm today in a match that I was told was good for us. I was told it was Storm's worst match, in fact. I don't know if any of that's true, it's just what I was told. Guess I would rather play you. We also haven't drawn a Still Leaf champion in the sideboarded games, which is our by far best card. So I chose to play the Scrap Heap Scrounger because I knew we were playing Ronus this turn, so like we can take turns off where we play like one section of a Greenbelt Rampager and pump the Scrap Heap Scrounger and attack for 10 type things. I don't know if it's the best play possible, but like it's something we can do. If he chooses to let us kill Psy, consider that a win. Really need to draw Still Leaf champions. We have like artifact destruction spells for the next 2 turns, but they could be too slow, and if we take the time to cast out of our artifact destruction spells, we don't get to attack with Ronus that turn. So like we're taking the entire turn off of attacking. Which feels pretty brutal. Still have 3 mana. Like pretty close to just losing to Karn. Keep the pressure on. Casting a big expensive spell doesn't feel like it does anything. Next turn we can double pump this. They have Effer Meltdown. Wow. I know the guy who won Dutch National said he'd probably cut these, but I have to assume that other people aren't copying that stuff yet. This could be enough to just win the game, though. Like, I feel really far behind here. 2 games in a row drawing 0 still leafs. Kind of frustrating. Our opponent's pace of play is frustrating too. I'm just whiny. Hey, Chaos Kid, thank you for the follow. What do they need a 4th blue mana for? You think the artifact would be better than that? Guess we just run it back. There's no reason to attack with that, but they don't have enough things to kill this. There's the big card. Big Inspiring Sanctuary. Can't imagine that we can beat that card. Feels like we're on 0% versus this card with this draw. It's like we can't even try to kill this. They just paradoxical outstorm it. Hey, Joshua. What's up, man? Really feels like we're on 0% here. It's actually kind of good for us that he did that. A much higher likelihood of being able to kill this now. It's still a pretty low likelihood. Like, he's 22 cards deep, so there's odds that he has another one. My kingdom for a Still Leaf champion in either of these super long sideboard games. Practically impossible to win now. They probably concede even. Like, we're probably so far behind that we can literally concede. It's tapping to Mox Amber as well. Alright. You've had enough fun, opponent. Well, we won game 1, and I think our game 2 and 3 is even better, but we drew really poorly. I am playing Gregory Kowalski's. I think that's how you pronounce his name. I could be wrong. It's the second time we've lost to that deck on the day, though. Another one of these supposedly good matches. Let's see if we have any better luck versus it this time than we have some of the other times today. Hmm. I think the main deck horse is sweet if there's going to be a lot of Grixis in the format. I've got paired versus one Grixis in my last, two Grixis in my last 12 rounds, I think. So that makes me think that it might not be worth playing in the main anymore. But if there's a lot of Grixis and blue-black running around the deck, the card's insane. It's very good versus like the blue-white players too. Alright, no murder boat, please. I offer you my 4/4. I don't think it's good versus the 3/3 first strike deck. Maybe if we were playing a couple enchantments. Like, I'll sideboard them out here, probably. Go ahead and play this land. Kind of like turns our hand face up, but if he doesn't kill the Foreign Lieutenant, we might be able to draw a land and pump it. Like if he just has like the, shoot, I'm bad at the names of spells. Yeah, if he just has that. Kind of what I was trying to say. Close. So let's see, we can turn this into a 5/6. That's not good enough. Yeah, well, we're just going to lose this game to double Heart of Kieran, it looks like. Was this a 6/7 next turn? That's not particularly good either. Like all they do is crew this and then like double block or like have one burn spell and block. Second murder boat, so they have exactly what they need to win. Oh, well, this game's over. 100% over. We have no out now. We attack with this, they make one of these unblockable. So we have to leave everything back. We're not dead if we leave everything back. No, we are dead. They have 6 mana. Never mind. We're just dead. I didn't realize they had 6 mana. Bring in these things that can kill things. I really don't like these cards. Feels to me like I just want to take these out all the time and maybe I never should. Just feels to me like they don't do anything. I don't like having to invest 2 creatures into a Hardicaran and it just get abraded. Not a big fan of these Vinemares either, though. Guess I'm going to try them in this build. We don't have more cards that I want to take out. This hand is also atrocious. I don't think you can mulligan these hands, but like these hands don't look playable. And these hands don't look playable at all. It feels like this hand's just going to lose to the first murder cut we see. And I feel like all the red-black decks should be playing multiple murder cuts main mail. Like, it's not that hard of a call. I've been telling people to do that for a while now. Basically, since Mono Green broke out the week before the first SCG. And now we're left with a hand with a bunch of do-nothing spells. We need to draw lands and spells, so like we're in a really awkward spot. I would call it best spell, but we don't have the lands to protect it, and even like a Chandra kills it now. The positive note, if it is a Chandra, at least any creature kills the Chandra. They could just not have anything too. That works. Worked out well for us. They missed their 4th land drop, and we got to go a little off here. They still probably get to kill this, but if they kill this, that means we have the Blossoming Defense protection for the Still Leaf that they know about. Almost just want Naturalize. Just gonna run it back. This hand's not playable either. But they've mulliganed, and we have a 2-drop and a 3-drop with 2 lands, so. They claim this 2-drop in Foreign Lieutenant's what swings this match, but I don't even think Foreign Lieutenant's especially good. I think this is good versus Wizard Red. I don't think it's good versus Red Black at all, really. I mean, it's like not bad, but I don't think it's an actively good card in this match. Can't block. No black mana, so like a Glorybringer just ruins us. Like we can attack because we have the Blossoming defense. If we didn't have the defense, I wouldn't attack. Actually, I'd still attack. I'm assuming they have something sick like a murderous boat or like a cut here, and I'm going to be frustrated. I'm pretty bad shape if they don't. Pia, magic card. Alright. So what happens if we attack with them all? We attack with them all and they block, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So they probably come closer to like blocking here, blocking here, blocking here, and here. They'd have 2 things left over. We died to like 1,000,000 things like that. Huh. I just want to play this, but I don't know if it's any good. I feel like I feel like they have Murder Bolt in their hand. So what's the best play to make if they actually have Murder Bolt? I think they have a cut and a Murder Bolt, maybe. Could just attack with this. Still have 3 blockers. Maybe I should have pumped this up if I was going to attack. Attacking with the Pia is as good as blocking with it, right? Or attacking with this? No, it just blocks that for 1/1. Might not have been able to block or attack at all now. Or might not should have attacked at all. Like, this card's kind of good. They can just take this 12, though. No, they can't. They cannot take this 12. It gives us an additional lethal threat next turn if we survive this turn. arguable that I should have took Defopter out to make Murder Boat worse. But I don't think we lose the Murder Boat anymore. Does Hazard do anything? Not really, we just take 1 damage. Yeah, Hazard doesn't do anything. Alright, well, we got it. It's 2-1 versus red-black today. With 2 different builds of the deck. Hey, my mail's outside. I kind of need to go. But I guess we're locked into playing 3 more matches now. Well, 2 more. If we 0-2, we can leave. Alright, it's slow, but it's good. There's a lot of decks that literally can't beat this draw. There's a lot of decks that this draw literally can't beat. It's the nature of Standard right now, it feels. See all my colors, friend. Maybe he'll think we're Snake, I don't know. That was probably dumb. Probably should just jam Forest. Seems like there's no reason to play that. Wonder if I play Vis or Vis next turn. This one... There's a good chance whichever one I play dies, but they can't Chandra this turn, so I guess it's worth it. And if they take the turn off to like cut it or whatever, then we can play a Vine Mare, and they can't Chandra again, they have to like play a creature. Oh, rip. Well, they can't even block, so there's no reason not to play this pre-combat. It's the 4th red-black deck in 8 rounds. 50% of our match is going to be red-black. Pretty sure I'm happy just attacking with both of these. That was my assumption of what was going to happen. That was not my assumption. This one's a little harder to block. Cool, and they don't have a 5th land. I think I'm going to crew anyway. That's just like whatever. They could have done that at any point. so it's not like it hurt us that it happened. Hmm. I'm just gonna play this one. That's a good draw. Most builds don't play that. Like, Hazoret's much more common for the 4-drop slot. Matt Severa posted an article this week that said that he wouldn't be playing Hazards anymore, that he just plays all the Phoenixes because they're good versus green, and he's not wrong. They're great versus the green deck. Really, like, kind of medium versus most of the rest of the format, though. Oh, they get to tick up and play a spell. That is the worst. Chandra's rarely good except for when it gets to do exactly that. I guess I just hope they don't have a shock and attack them with literally everything. Gonna ignore Chandra. They could like kill this and this, they still go to 1. We'd have 3 attackers next turn. They have a magma spray or whatever, it gets like obviously a lot worse. They only go to 4. Yeah. They can also go to 7 like this. Either way, we have 3 lethal attackers. As of right now, they can only deal with 2 of them. They have 3 cards in their hand, so they're obviously going to be able to deal with the other. Has to be if... There you go, that works. I was going to say, it has to be if a creature, though, because they... sorcery speed removal doesn't stop the Scrap Heap Scrounger. No, and a Hazoret? Man, they have 3 different 4-drops and they expect their Hazarets to attack. That is wild to me. We drew 2 lands in a row in this spot. Alright, well. I won't concede, but I don't think we can win. I think we're just dead on board. Yeah, they can hit us for 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. We're technically not dead, I guess. That doesn't do anything. So what can we draw and win now? If we make the assumption that all of the cards in their hand are bad, then a Brontodon would win the game from here. I don't know what our opponent's doing. Aronis would probably win too. So we have Very likely 4 outs. Ronus may not actually. They have too many blockers. This one doesn't do anything, so the game's over. I definitely don't want that. Vinemare was just not good in this match, as expected. I'm just going to keep taking these 7 cards out. I'm not sure if that's right or wrong. I don't think our Vinemare's any good either. I really just don't think Vinemare's good in this match. I know someone earlier told me it was, but I don't see it. Like, it feels actively bad. It's a keep. I say him hawingly am very sad. If my hand's this bad, is it okay for me to not play the Brontodon? I will play it anyway. They waste their entire next turn casting Cut On or whatever. It's sad, but not the end of the world. Seems like a wild time to do that. That one's amusing. Third blossoming defense all the way. That doesn't do anything. And we're going to try to murder boat. I'm going to blossoming defense, and then we can pump our bro and we win. Or our sister. Is this a bro or a sister? Can't really tell. Opponent type's ridiculous. Just want to type got him. Kind of want to bring these back. Naturalize is a safer way to have the same effect, I guess. Having more ways to deal with Glorybringer seem good. Nah, whatever. This hand's okay. Don't want to write home about it and like we lose to aggressive draws. They still have Beaumont Courier in versus the mono green deck. And they typed ridiculous to me. Like, I have like 30 some odd creatures, don't I? And they expect to get value out of that? Consistently? I mean, they're going to get it this game, but what's the odds that we don't draw a Llanowar Elf for a Thorn, or like a lot of these builds even run Servants or Druid of the Cow now? Kind of want to play this one. But this might not be powerful enough because we're already so far behind. And if we don't draw the land next turn, we're just screwed as well. Alright, well, cool. We get to block this turn. We didn't get to block before. You could have just attacked for 3. But you chose not to. And we're fine with that. We're playing as defensively as possible. That's a good card. They're probably going to cash the Beaumont in soon. Like, I would guess that they're cashing the Beaumont in this turn. Alright, I would guess that they're killing this turn then. I want this. That's not what we wanted, is it? We definitely wanted a land there. A land there got Galt out as well. I will trade the Still Leaf for the for this if he wants to do that. Just block the 1/1 if he wants to do this. So now we want to draw another Blossoming Defense, I guess? Huh. Huh. Oh, I don't know the correct play. I don't know the correct play. I'm just going to push back and hold up Hour. That one's murder. That one is murder. Whatever card they have in their hand, they must like. Hopefully it's just another Hazoret. So getting 2 of those this turn would be great. Some magma spray. And there's our land. Oh, looks like our friend will be sacking the Beaumont Courier this turn. Yep. Really? They didn't pick Ronus? That surprises me. They don't have a whole lot of turns. And they now have 4 cards. Unlicensed Disintegration on the big dog. I think we're going to go ahead and crew. Actually, there's just no reason to crew. This thing's not going to be able to block out our way, so we can crew with it after. Nice draws, friend. Parade doesn't do anything here. They have no attack. We're at 8 life, though. I think we definitely want to attack this. If he chooses not to protect it for whatever reason, we'll just cast the other Still Leaf Champion. We're attacking it with 2 different lethal threats, though, so worst case scenarios, we kill Chandra. Best case scenario is we just get to eat 2 things. I only gain 1 life if we cast this. I think that's fine. But I think our defenses are good enough. Opponent wrote FK off. And conceded. Didn't even draw another card. Alright. Well, we're 3-1 versus red-black today. Smile, opponent. You're on candid camera. This is definitely past my bedtime, so I assume that my plays is going to be going down and down. Which is a scary thought considering I'm so bad anyway. Does mean we have to play the maximum 5 matches now. We did not win the dice roll. Yeah, that's what I was saying earlier. Like, it seems like most people are pretty rude on Magic Online. We have a pretty strong hand. We have a Heart of Kieran into one of our 5 drops, depending on what they're playing. Be honest, I'm playing with 1 hand right now. To top, I would have to go, or to top, I would have to move. I don't want to top. Another red deck. I wonder if it's wizard red or if it's mono red. Well, versus the red decks, I'm very likely just to slam Thorn onto. Especially if they don't play another land. Yeah. It's probably Wizard Red then. I doubt he kept that hand with the red-black decks. But, so like, even if he kills this now, we get to kill one of these. And then we're just going to pop off with like bomb after bomb. Alright, we're going to sideboard like he's Wizard Red. Still think I like these versus Wizard Red, but like maybe they're not great. Vine Mares are good versus some builds of Wizard Red, but not all of them, and we definitely want to block more than normal. Actually think the Vine Mares probably stay versus Wizards. I'll try this thing. Could naturalize if we knew they were playing Flame of the Keld, but we don't know that they're playing Flame of the Keld. Thorn Lieutenant has to be great if they're actually on Wizards. I guess I'll keep it. It's a pretty weak hand versus both of the builds are red, but 4 toughness is not irrelevant, and they've already mulliganed. Hmm. I don't want to cast any of them. I don't really want to cast any of them versus what he's showing me. Playing this one in case it's just Chandra. There's a Hazard. Hmm. I think we can take a turn off and just attack with this. Aronis can very likely block this turn no matter what. And our Glory next turn's like probably not going to be something that he's thinking about at whatever time he's thinking about it. Fight with fire. Well, maybe I was wrong. We're 2-1 in this league? Yeah, we're 2-1 in this league and up a game. But this game's not looking that well. It's not looking that bad. It's certainly not looking well. They didn't attack with that. That is so good for us. Ooh. So this game's over if they draw a land. So we need them to draw like just a bad 1-2. They hit a land, we can scoop. If they hit a burn spell, we can kind of scoop. Right, blossoming defense one time. Kind of. So 4. So what do we got going on here? They would have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So we're not dead next turn. This does more damage this turn, so... Did they just draw another Glorybringer then? Wow, if they just drew another Glorybringer, how great is that for us? Alright, well, we technically have 2 lethal threats. And now I'm confused. Because, like, if they just... Okay, they hit the Glorybringer, so they're going to kill this, and then we can't win. Guess we could still win. It's like a lot of things we can draw next turn that will let both of our things... Could literally just draw another one of these and be fine. If they draw a land, that is. It's fine. What do we got? Sky Sovereign. You may be enough Sky Sovereign if they brick. If they draw a land, and we draw something, you are enough. Alright, let's see them play that mountain. Alright, that doesn't change anything. So if we draw any creature, we win. There's no reason not to attack. We win with any creature. There's no reason to attack either. I mean... Creature? Not a creature. Tilt. I think our opponent made some weird decisions that game. This wins. Any creature won. I think this card's actually good here. Just keeping their small things at bay seems relevant. I just don't know if we have any real answers to the big things. He didn't show me any braid-like stuff. If he doesn't have a braid, maybe these are good enough? Maybe this is just good enough too? Actually, I like this. Alright, back out of the deck you go, Vinemare. Drew a lot of lands last game. Alright, this hand seems pretty good. If we dodge Soulscar Mage, it should be a fairly easy win. Soulscar Mage will make this hand a lot less good, though. We're like begging for this to be a Beaumont carrier. Sweet. Kari Zev could be problematic. So that's 10, a land's 11. So even a Blossoming defense gets a Galt out next turn? Well, JK. He took 2 damage and then killed this, so... I had lethal? How did I have lethal? Oh, I did have lethal! I could have used my hashtag Oasis on my Ronus and then crewed. You're 100% right. Well, that's disappointing. Great thing it doesn't matter. as he plays the land in hours of devastation and I die inside. Well, I didn't need trample. The Sky Sovereign itself would have killed his blocker. Alright. Well, I did not deserve to win that game. I played poorly, but that's okay. Wow. I am a terrible, terrible player. Everybody who watches this on YouTube is going to make much fun of me. Yeah, this hand's fine. Put most things on the bottom that aren't a land. Alright, we both put on top. It's another red deck. So in our 10 rounds a day, we've played versus 6 red decks. We'll have to wait and see whether they're wizard red or whether they're big red. Alright, they're big red, so 5 of them have just been big red. I guess this is the deck that's going to be all over the Pro Tour. We're 3-1 right now versus this match. So even if they kill Foreign Lieutenant, we have a blocker, which is nice. I can double spell next turn. If they have 4 big spells in their hand, we're going to have to start trying to get this game over with. Drat. I would like to use the excuse that it's like several hours past my bedtime right now, but that's not a good excuse because I'm not super tired. I just overlooked it because I'm bad. Well, we get to play Galta next turn. If they don't have a murder boat, that's really nice. Am I going to bother to attack with this? Nah, I'll just play defense. 4th land does not excite me. It's a Chain Whirler, and they have a Soulscar Mage now. It's actually not that great here, though, so that's fine. Still have multiple 1/2s that can block Beaumonts, and I still have a Heart of Kirin. Just need to draw Blossoming Defense and or dodge dodge Murder Bolt. Should be okay. That does neither of those things. So we're at 13, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. A Hazoret would kill us, but they have to do some blocking, especially if we ascend them all. They can block with a bunch of 1/1s. So they have 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 total that can block. We can attack with 15, 16, 17, 18. So they'd still be alive. Huh. I think it's safer just to do this. Should get them low enough that if they kill this, the Heart of Kirin can clean up. And I shouldn't have played my land if I was going to make this play. I should have figured out my attack before my turn. So that was a bad play by me. Should have figured out my attack before my turn. They drew their best card. They typically play 2 of those, though some builds are up to 4 now. We're certainly not blocking. No Abrade? Vinemare. We don't even have to go for it then, do we? So if they have a braid, we just die. If they don't have a braid, we still have 2 blockers. If they have a braid and a Hazoret, we're like really dead. So we block, say they play Hazoret, we block this, we block Hazoret. We're still taking 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, did I have leftover mana last turn? Yeah, I had leftover mana last turn. Thinking about just attacking with this turn. And then playing a Vinemare. Hey! It's kind of a weird to not concede. Huh. My thing just told me I had a follow, and now it's not there. So whoever it is must have unfollowed immediately. Okay, well I'm playing like trash now. I don't think I've played that bad the entire day. But I'm certainly not playing well now. I kind of feel like all of those are pretty good in this match. I feel like most of these are pretty bad. Yeah, I wish I was playing well though. I'm just not playing well. It's good enough to keep. I hate Land Werewolves in this match, but I think it empowers too many good draws to ever sideboard it out. Like, I realize it's just gonna get swept up by a Chain Whirler the vast majority of the time. But it still just feels like it's too powerful. I don't know which one of these I'm actually supposed to play here. I like playing this one, I guess, because if he has Goblin Chain Whirler, I get to attack next turn. I actually should have played Spear Harvester here. This was a bad play, too. Because the Brontodon can't block the Scrap Heap. Well, it can now. Feed attack pre-combat, I couldn't really block. I guess they're going to play it now. Do they have double Abrade? Oh, I'm an idiot. Don't know why I was even thinking about double Abrade, since double Abrade clearly doesn't matter. So to get the big guy back, still needs something, though. We need something, too, though. That's pretty good for them. That's pretty good for us. So... actually have to crew with this if I want to send all of these. This was bad. I should have used the Llanowar Elf. Oh, I'm so bad. I should have used the Llanowar Elf again. It ends up not mattering, but I still should have did it. I missed 3 points of damage there too, or 2 points of damage there too. I'm just playing really, really bad. Luckily, this is the last match. Can't play that bad if this is the last match. Get to attack for 3 no matter what. If we draw a land, we win. We would have won. He would have no outs if we played correctly. We did not play correctly. That's peculiar to me. Alright. So, we could just kill one of these. Then attack with both, and we win, right? Yeah. Math says we win. Oh no, we can't. We can't crew and pump. We can kill both of these creatures though, and that's enough. We can force the chump block even. Wanted to give ourselves a chance to win if he tried to be cute. I could have not attacked with the elf. Oh, wow. Okay, you're right. I could have crewed with the elf, defensed the defensed Effort Spirit Harvester, and had 2 lethal attackers. I just missed it. I've played so bad. These last 2 games I have played so bad. Wow, I've played so bad. I'm complete trash. I'm trash. Anyway, we went 4-1 versus red-black and 5-1 versus the red aggro decks in general. Alright. I'm going to punish myself and open a treasure chest. I'll throw away value to punish myself. To punish myself for playing that badly, we have to open up 2 chests. Time for Storm? No, it is time to go do my work and then go to bed. What in the world is this? It says 17 on it. Desecrated Tomb promo, I think. Alright, throwing away money because we deserve to throw away money because we're so bad. Looks like a random battle bond common. Alright, well, alright. That's my punishment. I threw away like 4.5 tickets or something. God, I can't believe I played this badly. Anyway, so ran 2 leagues this morning. I normally just run 1. And I have to go work now. So we are going to find somebody knows. Probably Hodgepodge, even though he's playing limited, and that offends us greatly. Everybody tell Hodge that we were offended by his limited. He said he was considering playing some like Storm today, so hopefully it'll be Storm soon. Anyway, thanks guys for following or watching. Thanks for the several new followers, and thanks for JJ for the big sweet 12-month sub. Take care, everybody. I appreciate you all coming by.